Kia ora, I'm Kevin Watson. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Linguistics. I teach and research in the area of speech variation and language change. And I use really big databases of language to do that. So we connect with areas like speech and communication disorders, with data science, with computer science, with psychology, with sociology, with anthropology, and really any discipline that is interested in the role of language in society. When you begin to study linguistics, you'll really see that people have really strong views about how language works. Most of the time, they're wrong, though. But that doesn't stop people wanting to argue about it. So you will have heard rules about how people should speak and how people can be corrected in schools, or you will have had your own work circled with red pen to tell you you're doing something wrong. And that's because people have really fixed views of how languages should work. But of course, languages don't care about how they should work. Languages just care about how they do work and how they are used by speakers. And linguistics really is the study of that, the complexity of language as it is used by the people that speak it. And I find it interesting to think about that disconnect between people saying it should be used one way, but actually seeing it being used in lots of other ways. And it's really just a reminder that our accents and dialects and our languages are markers of our diversity, and that really is something that underpins linguistic study. Most people do courses in linguistics only, but there is an option in the program to choose one course from a list, which is from other disciplines. Disciplines like data science or digital humanities, and the disciplines really which connect really well to the subject. So you get some scope for some flexibility in the program. The kind of things you learn would be how language is structured, how it works as a system, and also how it works in society too. So if you're interested in the intricate details of language and you want to know how the systems really work, rather than just how people say a language should work, which is not quite the same thing, if you want to really understand what goes on when people talk and when people use language for particular communicative purposes, then this would be a program for you. In the program, you do 90 points of courses, 3 courses usually, and you do a research thesis, which is also 90 points. People usually spend the first semester doing 2 courses, the second semester doing 1 course, and for the whole duration of the 12-month period, you would work alongside on your research project. The Masters of Linguistics is a 1-year program, which is 180 points that you can do directly from an undergraduate major. So you finish a degree, and you can come straight into the master's program and complete it in a year. A typical route into a similar program is actually that you do honors first, and then you do a research master's after. But for this program, you don't need to do that. So it's a way of taking a more streamlined approach into master's level study. As a full-time student, you could complete the degree in 12 months, but there are also part-time study options as well. So you can come into the program directly from an undergraduate degree, and a typical route would be that you do an undergraduate degree in linguistics with a major in linguistics, and if you get a B+ average in your 300 level papers, you can go straight in to the Master of Linguistics. Now, linguistics as a field is a really interdisciplinary subject, and people who are interested in language come at language from all sorts of different areas. So you might be interested in media communication or sociology or anthropology, psychology, computer science. If you're interested in one of those disciplines and you've done an undergraduate major in something like that, but not in linguistics, then you can come into the major in linguistics if you first do a qualifying paper over the summer. Now, the qualifying paper is called English Structures, and it begins in November and ends in February. And if you do that, you get a B+ in that subject, then you're able to carry on into the Masters of Linguistics the following year. When people have finished the program, lots of them progress into further areas of research. Lots of them go on to do a PhD. Some of them would go on to other fields of research. Others go into areas like language teaching. Teaching English to speakers of other languages is a really typical route for graduates. Lots of students move into any area which involves a reasonable amount of data analysis. the program really trains you carefully in how to take a data set, understand its structure, find the patterns in it, and understand what it can tell us about some aspect of a theory or of our society. So any industry, really, any field which needs you to understand complex data and be able to deal with a messy data set and take conclusions from it and be able to communicate those to other people, those are the kind of fields that people generally go into. The Department of Linguistics is also famous for what it's learnt and what it's taught the field about how New Zealand English works and how New Zealand English has developed. We have a really big database of New Zealand English going all the way back to people born in the 1850s. And if you listen to those speakers, you can put your headphones on, you can listen to those speakers talk, and you'll hear them. Some of them sound a bit English and some of them sound a bit Scottish. But as you listen through time, you can develop what we now know as the New Zealand English accent. Now, that might sound not very groundbreaking and not very interesting, but actually it's told us not only how New Zealand English has developed, but also how new dialects and new varieties of language develop due to historical change and contact between speakers. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then Canterbury is really the best place to come and do that.